shortest season where you fell behind after leading by 14 or more. The Rams have done it 3 times. Eagles, Seahawks, and last week against Carolina. The 7 other remaining teams have just done it twice.
Wow.
It's fascinating, right?
That's a great job, Josh.
Josh, you crushed that,
That's a Josh original. No other show in America.
No other show in the world.
Great job, Josh.
If it gets later, you're taking Stafford or Caleb.
They're both very good in the clutch. I mean, obviously Caleb had the 6 game-winning drives this year, but Stafford is tied for the most all time in a season with 8 back in Detroit. Yep. So not just with the Rams, he did it with Detroit. So they're both clutch. But one thing, Dusty pushed me to this. One thing came to mind to lead me into which guys I would take. Dusty!
Don't say real few.
The video.
No.
Clutch game, NFC Championship a few years ago. Right in the socket, baby. And I don't even know if I should say the name because I don't want the guy to feel like I'm picking on him.
You've been doing it for 4 years.
I'm just saying that could have. It was 17-14.
There was also
San
like 9
Fran,
minutes
obviously
left
you see
through.
it. Yes, but the Rams went down, got a field goal, tied the game, and eventually won 2017. That could have ended it. That could have sealed it. So now I could point to Caleb against Green Bay.
Couple mistakes
too.
in his career.
But I'm gonna go with Caleb just because of the magic. The magic is right now. They're both clutch, but right now, Caleb. If it gets to that moment, I'm gonna be believing in Caleb.
As a guy who just watched this last week and I was rooting for the team on the short end of the stick, yeah, I'm going with Caleb too.
Wow.
Let me explain to you something. Matthew Stafford, and I don't think you're not knocking Matt. Well, you are actually.
No.
Matthew Stafford, you are.
He's clutch.
We know who he is, and is he clutch? Absolutely. But at this stage in his career, he can get it done and get it done one way. That's just completely being surgical and dissecting you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Caleb,
It's true.
you don't know what you're going to get, but you know you're getting something. It might be that he's going to be surgical. It might be, oh, shoot, he got outside the pocket. What is he going to do? Throw it on the run, 4th and 8, boom, dot. Or you know what? You get out. Now you're in space. If you're a linebacker or you're a defender, you're like, do I take Caleb? Do I stay with the defender? I don't know what to do. Why? Because his legs. He can beat you with his legs, too. Like, there's not another player, and I will continue to double down on this, remaining, that is more scarier than Caleb. There's one. Josh Allen, Caleb Williams. Yeah. Period. Because of what he can do and what he's proven to do time and time again. When I watch his games, I'm gonna be honest. Like last week, I felt like, oh shoot.
Yeah, you believe they were gonna come drive down and win. But
yes.
what I would say is, I felt the exact same way at the end of Panthers-Rams when Stafford had the ball. I was like, he's gonna. So this is a cop-out answer because my answer is if it came down to this, if we were in a scenario where a team is down by less than a touchdown and they have the ball, I believe that team's going to win this game. You know, so if there's 3 minutes left and the Rams get the ball down 4, I would be live betting the Rams. And if 3 minutes left and the Bears get the ball, I'd be live betting the Bears. But of all the quarterbacks in football, if you're asking me, like, who do I trust, you know, in the fourth quarter of a playoff game to expand it a little bit larger, my list would be Patrick 1, Stafford 2, Allen 3. I think Matt Stafford in the playoffs, you can show it real quick, Dust, since he's been a Ram, he's been so good. It's not just the win-loss record's been good. 300 yards per game. This is an 8-game sample. 18 touchdowns, 4 picks, a 107 rating, 8 yards per attempt. He has been so awesome. And you put 4.2 picks if you want, because the Jaquaski chart one. But he has been just so sensational in the postseason once he got with McVay that my answer would be Matt Stafford.
Perfectly stated. McVay is undoubtedly a central component of that equation. However, the response to this inquiry strikes me as profoundly fascinating. First and foremost, I will be live streaming this particular matchup. I must remember to reiterate that point consistently. Please be sure to join the live stream. It will be an excellent experience. I am broadcasting all the games, so do not forget to tune in. I fully comprehend the perspective Greg is articulating regarding Caleb Williams and his dynamic mobility. When a quarterback possesses that caliber of athleticism and escapability, it genuinely unlocks dimensions of offensive strategy that are simply not accessible to a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. That distinction is unmistakably clear. Yet, when we deliberate on the arsenal at Matthew Stafford's disposal, weapons like Puka Nacua, Devonta Adams, and the play-calling genius of Sean McVay, my conviction solidifies. In those decisive, high-leverage moments where a quarterback must uncork the football, I would not place my trust in any other signal caller more readily than Stafford. If the scenario demands launching deep, difficult throws, envision a final drive with only 30 seconds remaining and a single timeout. The intrinsic value of Caleb's mobility, in my estimation, becomes somewhat circumscribed. In such a pressurized crucible, Matthew Stafford's elite precision and his cannon of an arm, capable of firing a football seemingly 100 yards downfield, provided he has receivers proficient at creating separation and securing contested catches, which he unequivocally does, alongside McVay's schematic mastery, tilt the scale decisively. In these must-have-it, obligatory passing situations, my selection is unequivocally Matthew Stafford. I will willingly accept the limitations of his mobility. Perhaps there will be a situation on 1st and 10 where pressure flushes him from the pocket, forcing an off-balance, falling throwaway. I would preferentially accept that outcome over a scenario where Caleb Williams scrambles erratically in circles before checking down for a minimal completion, or even uses his legs to gallop for 10 yards and dart out of bounds. While the latter is undoubtedly beneficial, it underscores why this conversation is inherently nuanced. If we are discussing a final drive with, say, 3.5 minutes and 3 timeouts remaining, the calculus shifts dramatically. We are all cognizant of how the available time and resources transform the strategic approach. However, with 45 seconds on the clock, positioned at your own 30-yard line, and devoid of timeouts, my desire is for Matthew Stafford. I want the quarterback who can surgically work the boundaries of the field, who possesses the audacity and arm talent to take that vertical shot and connect. In that specific context, I am siding with Stafford without significant internal debate. Furthermore, I am a staunch proponent of the intangible value of experience. Caleb Williams has been breathtakingly spectacular in clutch moments, but Stafford has been orchestrating these high-wire acts for approximately 14 additional years. He has navigated these waters countless times. Caleb is presently in the process of accumulating that very resume. It is also true that Stafford's gunslinger mentality means he is perfectly capable of delivering a devastating, pinpoint interception at the worst possible moment, a point rightly highlighted by analysts. There was a play, which I had admittedly forgotten, where a potential interception was dropped with roughly 9 minutes remaining in a game. Had it been secured, it would have drastically altered field position and momentum. Similarly, the infamous deflection off Puka Nacua's hands that resulted in an interception changes everything. Stafford is absolutely willing and capable of throwing that soul-crushing pick to lose a game. That is an established facet of his profile. Yet, he is also precisely the individual you want if there are 34 seconds and 2 timeouts left, staring down a brutal 80-yard field from your own 20-yard line. I possess the certainty that Stafford can conjure miraculous throws in chaotic moments. Especially if a defense resorts to any variant of soft coverage or prevent defense, I know he will execute elite, rapid-fire decisions, deliver the football to his playmakers, and facilitate getting out of bounds. I have equal confidence Sean McVay will have the perfect sequence dialed up. For that meticulously outlined scenario, my trust resides with Stafford. You all are aware of my immense respect for Josh Allen's abilities. Yet even over him in that particular situation, I lean toward Stafford due to the pure passing proficiency required above all else. Conversely, if we are discussing a broader fourth quarter context where mobility and improvisation become paramount, then a Josh Allen or a Caleb Williams undoubtedly enters the conversation. But for the archetypal final drive, 30-some seconds, limited or no timeouts, requiring to traverse 70 yards, my mind gravitates toward the traditional laser-armed passers. I am contemplating quarterbacks like Joe Burrow as well. Essentially, I am evaluating the quintessential let-it-rip quarterbacks whose ball placement, decision-making, for the most part, and operational prowess I inherently trust. Naturally, one cannot err with a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen in such moments, and Caleb Williams is certainly not a wrong choice. This is simply one of those debate-provoking conversations that forces a more granular preference than one might typically entertain. Therefore, my definitive selection is Stafford. That said, a crucial caveat exists. If Stafford did not have those elite receivers at his disposal, or if I lacked faith in the surrounding offensive infrastructure, the answer would shift dramatically. Without a doubt, it would then be Caleb Williams, Lamar Jackson, or Josh Allen, players who can genuinely manufacture production with less, particularly if the play calling is not at an elite level. This illuminates why a question like this encompasses far more variables than a simple, "Who do you trust?" It necessitates context. What is the supporting cast? How proficient is the offensive line? How inventive is the play caller? The full narrative matters. I greatly appreciate the question. When I encountered this topic while seeking a clip and observed it framing the upcoming game's discourse, I found it a compelling and excellent discussion point. Realistically, there is a significant probability this contest will indeed be decided on a final possession, determined by who has the ball last, a pattern consistent with many closely contested games. The pivotal factor will be which quarterback commits a critical mistake or which offense squanders a golden opportunity. We have all witnessed those moments. He had him. He'd still be sprinting through the parking lot if that pass had connected. Both quarterbacks have experienced such failures, yet both have also demonstrated the resilience to overcome them when granted a subsequent opportunity, though such reprieves are not guaranteed in the postseason. Those are my comprehensive reflections. I would be absolutely delighted to hear your perspectives. Who would you preferentially have leading the charge, Matthew Stafford or Caleb Williams, if the outcome hinges on a final drive? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. I read every single comment, irrespective of whether you agree or disagree with my stance. Let's engage in some lively discussions. Let's have some friendly debates. But ultimately, let's ensure we enjoy the discourse. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are cultivating an exceptional community here and would absolutely cherish your involvement. I am committed to building a space where we all feel a genuine connection, something we are authentically excited to be part of. I believe we are making significant progress toward that goal. Also, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely assists with visibility and the platform's algorithm. Thank you so very much for your time and engagement.